Why hello there, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, the Demajen narrative experience. Today, we are hampered in our ability to continue the MSQ, the main scenario quest, because we've got to the... She's so annoyed all the time. We've got to the stage where we are story locked by the role quest system, which I have been putting off doing because I wanted to kind of do them back to back. So we are here in Calusia with Gransom to do the level 74, 76, 78. I don't know if they're every 2 levels or what. Defined by loss. So we're going after the Paladin Remnant. I don't know what they are. Have we been told? I don't know. Let's see what he has to say. Sorry to have kept you waiting, Sinner. I'm sure you're eager to get back to it, as am I. Trouble is, in your absence, I've failed to turn up any information as to the whereabouts of... Dickerson? Dickice? Oh, I don't know. Big D? There's one line of inquiry I've yet to pursue, though. The Fangs of Orthus. The bracelet my beloved was supposed to restore, and that the Eater took with him when he left rites. Sin Eaters are mindless fiends, driven only by base instincts. Everyone knows that. They've no need for worldly possessions. Yet he took the bracelet anyway, which can only mean that there's something unique about this particular antique. Or the sinless bastard somewhere different from the rest of his ilk. Either way, I think we need to learn more about the Fangs of Orthus, and I know just the man to ask. The Umoran trader who commissioned Melinda's services. Wish I'd like to question myself, though. I don't think that's an option. Even though the attack a year ago is common knowledge, I doubt the trader will believe that an Eater stole his precious trinket. He's more likely to accuse me of theft and have me clapped in irons. So I'm afraid you'll have to go in my stead, Demajen. Melinda said he was a regular at the Beehive, so try looking for him there first. So, Yulemore. Where's the... Yes, that. So there's something different about the four remnants, the 4 spectres of the Warriors of Darkness, the remains of them. Queen Bee. Has Queen Bee always had a quest for us? No, but they are offering paella, which is nice tank food. Industrious trader. Oh, we have to stand up to talk to him. Huh. And to what do I owe the pleasure that is your company? Fangs of Orthus, you say? How very interesting. I should be glad to tell you everything that I know under the assumption that should you recover it, you will see it return to its rightful owner at once. I purchased the bracelet from a travelling peddler who claimed it was a relic of Verut, that glorious kingdom that fell with the flood like so many others. He spoke true from what I could tell, and I intended to sell it to a collector here for a tidy profit, after having it properly restored by an artisan in right. Alas, she was one of several casualties of a Sinister attack, during which the Fangs of Orthus mysteriously vanished. I have, of course, been keeping in touch with several contacts on the off chance that the thief might attempt to sell it. They have not, regrettably, but a piece of similar design did recently surface in Maud Souk, I am told. I was planning to dispatch an agent to investigate, but you seem more than capable of fulfilling that role. As for incentive, you may be sure that any information that aids me in the acquisition of the Fangs of Orthus or similar relics will be well rewarded. So, I suspect we are going to Il Mheg in a moment. But first, back to rights. I don't know how involved these quests are going to be. The job quest from 60 to 70 were reasonably short, 10 minutes-ish each, sometimes a bit longer. So, what did our industrious patron have to say? So he thinks it was stolen, eh? Just as well. We'd probably not know where to head next if it wasn't for his distrusting nature. If this piece of similar design is related to the Fangs of Orthus, then it might attract Takaisin's attention, assuming it hasn't already. Let's go. I've spoken before about how it would be really, really nice if certain things were voice acted, at least the first time, so that we can hear how things are pronounced. Because otherwise, I'm just stumbling over the words. That being said, I suppose most people aren't in the habit of narrating their Final Fantasy XIV experience. Just me. Fine weather we're having in Mordsuk, isn't it? No such thing as a thing without value. That's the creed of these folk. We'll find no shortage of verbitite trinkets here. Finding the right one, on the other hand, is the challenge. I say divide and conquer as before. Okie dokie. Alright, that fly is no good. Oh yeah, we can fly here, can't we? Weirdly enough, the speed at which the camera turns when you're using the when you're flying with the gamepad is a little bit too stark for me. Yes? Do you have business with me, traveller? Ah, the verbitite choker. Is that what all this fuss is about? Then you went look for my husband has yet to sell it. Once we realised how valuable it was, though, he insisted on carrying it with him at all times. If you're not willing to wait for him to return, you could try to find him at the ruins where he's scavenging for relics. They're not far. I'm a little bit sad that we didn't get this mount until the actual launch. Where else am I searching for information? Ah, Zinzin. Zinzina! Well met, well met. How may I be of service to you? Aho! A choker that once belonged to verbitite royalty, you say? If only I had such a remarkable treasure in my possession. But no, I do not. In all my years here, I have never even heard of someone unearthing such a thing. So we actually, we found the right person first. Hanson? Where are you? There you are. What news, friend? Yeah, to think it was that easy. You've the luck of the Fae. But we need to hurry. If my theory is correct, then so long as that scavenger has the choker, he's a target for for the paladin. Seriously, just a little bit of voice acting. I'm just going to bring up a window on my other monitor, which hopefully hasn't got anything playing. DikyosynE. Right, it is Greek. And it okay. It is a Greek word, which I'd gathered from its spelling, but it actually means, it's a feminine noun, and it means state of righteousness. Does it tell me how to pronounce it? Just
Strong's G 1343. Dikayasune. Strong's G 1343. Dikayasune. Dikayasune.
Dikayasune. I'm going to write that down. Dikayasune. Dikayasune. There we go, folks. You have learned something today, as have I. Dikayasune. I'm providing an educational service as well as a narrative experience. I use the word experience so loosely. Dikayasune. Dikayasune. Just propping that up against my monitor. Dikayasune. That antline's going to aggro me, isn't it? No? No, it is not. Mercy! Mercy! Surprise! Ah. Say whatever you want, but please don't kill me. I have a family. Please, I beg of you. Oh, and he did kill him. He turned him into a sin eater. Well. He looks quite cool as a sin eater. Huh. That's the Asian teleport ability. Clearly something more is going on. It is. So we're going to have to kill this poor bugger. Yes, we are. You are under attack. I'm really interested in how the naming scheme works for Sin Eaters. Because he seemed to have an element of cowardice about him when he died. And is he forgiven? Why has Grantham got one as well? Hey? What's going on? Shame we missed the fun. This one bit off more than he could chew. Probably because it was a newborn. You could tell by the lingering vestiges of intelligence and self. You can see it in their eyes. Like when Dikayasune. Huh? Don't tell me you saw him. Saw him turn, the poor bastard. Wicked white. And he took the choker too. Damn it. Damn it all. He can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it. It's just like right. It was too late to save him, just like it was too late to save her. Not again! Not again! I'll hunt you to the end of the world, Dikayasune. Vengeance will be mine. Ahem. Right, yes. Neither the time nor the place. More eaters could be about. I like your outfit, mate. Can I have it? It's just... every time I cut one down, it reminds me of my first. Her. Damn it. So we've got a nice little mystery being formed. Especially as, having progressed the MSQ, we've actually seen what should have become of the souls of the Warriors of Darkness. We've seen Minfilia use them to stop the flood. So what are these vestiges that we are dealing with? We may have failed to stop him this time, but what matters is that we'll both live to see another day. Pity the scavenger didn't, and the wife doesn't yet know she's become a widow. Sod it, I'll tell her what happened. I've been there, so maybe it'll help me to find the right words. Not that there ever are any. Afterwards, I'll have a good think about our next step. Don't let me keep you from your other affairs, Demajen. We'll speak again soon. And by soon... Princess and her Knights, level 76. Hey there, Sinner. So at level 76, we would have been, we'd have actually just been starting the... We'd have finished Rak'Tika? We'd be finishing Rak'Tika, maybe something like that. Hey there, Sinner. I broke the bad news to the widow of that scavenger while you were away. She took it about as well as you'd expect. After she cried herself hoarse, I started asking her about the choke and where her husband had got it. Oh? Seems he and his mates took a trip to Il Mheg a year or so back, hoping to cart off all the verbitite treasure they could carry from an untouched ruin they'd learned about. Of course, in their greed, they neglected to account for the Fey folk, who killed or drove mad most of them. Those who survived didn't come away empty-handed, though. In fact, they'd stumbled upon a remarkable find. 3 sacred treasures of the royal family. They escaped with 2, the Fangs of Orthus being one of them, which was sold by another scavenger to a Yulmurin. Either that merchant you met at the Beehive or an agent of his, I'd wager. So the merchant gives it over to Melinda for restoration. After which, Dikayasune attacks right, presumably because he's after it as well. Dikayasune. Meanwhile, the scavenger here in Maud's suit keeps the choker, the eyes of Orthus, locked away for safekeeping. When he finally decides to sell it, the sinless bastard shows up again. Itchy nose. Which brings us to the here and now. Damned if I know why, but at this point there's no denying that Dikayasune has been hunting the royal relics. And so, assuming he hasn't already claimed the third one, the claws of Orthus, then I say we should get our hands on it first and then use it to lure him out of hiding. To that end, we'll have to venture into the fairy kingdom ourselves. Those scavengers didn't receive the warmest welcome, and we're not like to be treated any better. I've travelled to Il Mheg before. I know their queen. King, sorry. Have you now? And the little devils let you go? I can only assume they've taken a liking to you. That settles it then. We'll head to Il Mheg and ask about this verbitite ring. Hay fever. Right. Leader Loran. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Oh. What a remarkably uneventful trip. I kept jumping at shadows, waiting for eaters or foul demons or worse to attack, though. That might be preferable to the Fae, frankly. Still, we're going to have to deal with them eventually if we're going to find this ring. After all, the Nemo were part of Verbitite society, and without their help, I'm not sure where to even begin our search. Perhaps there's a village of some sort you can guide us to? Well, there's Ploenny. Ploenny, eh? Very well, lead on, sinner. All the teleporting. I'm wondering if this is actually going to help us hit 80. It's possible that the next quest after the Light of Inspiration will be level 80. Oh, I can't remember what voice I gave to the doggies. Doggies, I did about your demeanour spoke to question and asked, have I the right of it? The ring that belonged to the royal family of Verbert, and it was called the Claws of Orthus. But Verbert is long gone, as are the caretakers of the ring you seek. Who could say where it might have got to? They are good doggies. I can fly. Ila ul. Oh, hello there. You have questions for me? The Claws of Orthus? It is a ring, you say? The name I have heard before, but I know nothing save that. Oh, Sul-Ul served the royal family before the flood. Somewhat temperamental they are, but surely they will have knowledge of this treasure you seek. Sul-Ul. I like their names. Sul-Ul. Had yourself a conversation or three? Learn anything interesting? What you doing, lad? Sir, this Sul-Ul is the one we ought to speak with, eh? A former servant of the royal family, which means they've lived well over a century. Bugger me. What a good long-lived doggy. Right, where are we going? Oh, here. Sul-Ul. I do not know you. Yes, you seem to know me. Oh. Echo! The fifth was discovered yesterday. A young girl, not yet of age, transformed into a misshapen beast like the others before her. Ah. Brandon. As if we needed more proof of a pattern. At this rate, any citizen could be next. Tell me you at least learned something from this one. So, Brandon was the original name of Dakayasune. So, Dakayasune is the name that he's taken on as a sin eater. This reverence, this holy justification. But he used to be a royal guard, by the look of it. I studied her remains myself. It was plain a powerful magic had been employed. Vestiges of the enchantment lingered long after. The culprit, I think, is not a man to be trifled with. That is all I can say for sure, but you may rest assured that I will ascertain their identity along. On my honour as court mage, I swear it. Until I do, however, I would implore you and your fellow knights to dispatch any who turn or show signs, without hesitation. These are our kith and kin. Should we not try to keep them alive until a way to reverse their transformation can be found? Your mercy would place countless others at risk. As a knight of Verbert, did you not vow to serve all her people? Justice for the weakest among us, was it not? How many such innocents will die before you do what must needs be done? It pains me deeply, Brandon. The safety of the royal family is paramount. I fear that to take anything less than the most drastic measures would be to invite death into this castle. Death is already here. Surely you must see that. Who says this? Ah, the princess. Soldia. I will not let it be whispered that Princess Soldia turned a blind eye to her people's suffering. These crimes are a tragedy that weighs upon every Verbertite's soul, mine most of all, and that is why I will take charge of the investigation myself. My lady, be reasonable. You cannot put yourself in harm's way. You have a responsibility to your subjects. So I'm to gamble with their lives instead? Let them shield me while I alone take shelter and look down on them from on high? Yes, exactly. You are their princess. You are Brandon, yes? The new recruit? A rather promising one from what the captain has told me. You will attend me personally. My lady? You heard me. I will not stand idly by when I have the power to make a difference. Together we will see justice done for all, as your vow and your princess demand. Lady Soldier, I understand. Forgive me my hesitation. My life and my sword are yours to command. I have great expectations for you. I trust you will not disappoint me. So we're learning the backstory of the Paladin Warrior of Darkness before he joined up and joined the other warriors in their crusade, as it were, against the light. Right. There is no telling when our culprit will strike again, so we must begin our investigation at once. There are witnesses to be questioned, clues to be gathered. Come, come. Now? Lady Soldier! Lady Soldier! Ever the stubborn child. I wish you the best of luck, Brandon. You will need it and more. Interesting. Hey, are you alright? The way you are holding your head, as if racked by a terrible pain. What happened to you just now? I've seen some things. Lady Soldier? You saw her with your mind's eye? Then it is as I suspected, you have the gift too. You are like Brandon. So Brandon had the echo. What do you mean she's like Brandon? Why have you come to me? What is it that you seek? Did Granson mention Brandon towards the start? I've forgotten because it was ages ago now. I'll have to go back and look at my Duty Quest 1 video. I see. And for this hunt of yours, you have come to Il Mheg in search of the claws of Orthus. I'm afraid that is no simple matter. First, I would know that you are capable of facing the Eater you seek. We've killed like 5 Light Wardens. There is a spot in a river not far from here in which I used to bathe, until a number of beasts grew equally fond of it. If you are the warrior you claim to be, they should pose no challenge whatsoever. Fist punching! As for you, I have questions. Right, we're off to kill some monsters. Which is what we do best. Well, it's what the Warrior of Light does best. I'm not particularly good at it myself. Verbertenberg. And the light is back. A mysterious destination. I have salted the earth too soon. Fortunately, we are higher level than them. Stand watch for Wild Beat, Dark Mutant. These are original gargoyles, not the Sin Eater versions. Which is interesting, as they are the first of these that we've seen in the expansion, I believe. A common or garden crocota. I'm hoping we're not getting any weird frame rate issues. This, I'm playing after the hotfix that took away the frame limiter. The beasts are no more, then? You're just going to take our word for it? Good, good. I hadn't the heart to do it myself, for they were no ordinary beasts, but old friends who had survived the flood. Victims of the curse you heard us speak of in your vision. So, this curse transforms people into monsters, like how sin eaters can spawn more of their own kind. I will speak no more of this or other matters until after you have completed the task I set before you. This is not negotiable, grandson. Demajen accepted my terms, and so must you. So secretive, the both of you. Can't we all just speak plain? Your comrade refuses to acknowledge his situation. This may take time, but I am patient. Indeed, I have dealt with many a stubborn child in my life. Me too, Su'ul. Me too. Level 78. Oh, I'm going to get some paella. Exemplary timing, Demajen. 'Twas not more than a moment ago that grandson returned, having at last obliged my humble request. Humble request, my arse. This one's no better than a Yulmuran aristocrat, so accustomed to making others do their bidding. I tell you, there's something off-putting about taking orders from a dog. Ere you continue and give me cause to reconsider aiding your hunt, perhaps you should ask your questions. Fine. Demajen said she saw a vision of you and Brandon looking thick as thieves. You were friends, eh? Know what he's up to now? Brandon is dead. He died a century ago, together with his comrades, in an attempt to halt the flood that they themselves set in motion. I presume you speak of the eater that took possession of his corpse. Ah. The Kayasune, aye, but unlike most eaters, he's been doing more than roam about aimlessly. For some reason, he's been hunting down royal treasures of old verberts. And he's been killing anyone who got in his way. Is he now? Heh. What irony. Even in death, he remains a slave to duty. A knight brave and true. So when they killed themselves to travel to the source, they obviously left their bodies behind, and Sin Eaters took possession of their bodies. Interesting. He's a murderer, and I'll not hear it said otherwise. He ruined my life. Killed my beloved right before my very eyes. Every night I go to bed dreaming of the day I'll take my revenge. Oh, I see. Truly you have suffered a terrible loss. But while your thirst for vengeance is quite natural and understandable, it is ultimately misguided. Unusual behaviour notwithstanding. The Kayasune is nevertheless no more than an eater. To hate him is to hate the sea that claims the ship, the disease that steals the child, the tremor that topples the home, the mindless force of nature that begets destruction, driven by fragmented memory. Don't you dare make excuses for him. You think I wanted any of this? I grew up on a farm, I could barely wield a sword. And now I've got to kill one of the bloody cardinal virtues. Hate and anger and vengeance are all I've got now. My every waking moment is dedicated to plotting his death. It has to be. It has to be. So tell us where the goddamn ring is and we'll be on our way. This is how it has to be, huh? Do you have to be? Nay, I think not. You ask too much, demand far, far too much, in exchange for what? This I cannot abide. You trying to barter with me? You little shite, tell me what I want to know, I'll beat it out of you. Back off, Demajen. I won't let anyone or anything stand between me and Melinda's murderer. Brandon was a dear friend. To know that an eater disgraces his flesh and his memory pains me more than I can well express. It would bring me great comfort if you were to grant him peace. I would like to share with you a story. If you'd be so kind to join me in Laegia. This had better have a point. Ah, grandson. Consumed with hatred. Diddly 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 do. I need to set the shortcut on my controller hotbar. Ba, ba, ba. I want to stop and do that bonus XP fate, but this episode is already 36 minutes long. There's not really been a whole lot that I can trim down. So we shall continue onwards. I'm wondering if the next quest is going to be level 80. Oh. Bum, 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 bum. Oh. Oh. Why are we here again? We're here. The Hardened Heart. I do love the design of this castle. I said it before when we were doing the Dancing Plague, and I shall say it again. 'Tis beautiful, even now. A palace of forgotten dreams. But before it was Laegia, in the time of Verbet, it was Grunus Licht. The memory of mine in which you walked was of a troubled time, when the people of our kingdom were preyed upon by an ambitious fool. Brandon, then a young knight who had only just won his spurs, had caught the eye of Princess Soldia, who chose him as her personal guardian. However, he was far too inexperienced and was unable to keep her safe when she ventured outside these walls on one of her investigations. For his failure, he was stripped of his knighthood, and shortly thereafter he quit Verbet. I thought I would never see him again. So now he is dressed as the he's dressed as one of the 1.0 Vugadin characters, isn't he? Ah. But then, one day he returned. One of several wandering adventurers led by a man named Ardbert, who had accepted our invitation to look into the mysterious transformations which had continued unabated in Brandon's absence. It's interesting that the Lalafell is now properly dressed as a dwarf. Because, of course, they weren't when we saw it. They were dressed in typical white mage fashion. Lady Soldia was overjoyed. For a time, it was like nothing had changed. They spoke often and grew even closer. And then came the day when we learned the truth. When we learned that the architect of our kingdom's suffering was none other than the court mage, Tadric. Oh! Here we go again! It would be interesting if we could play through some of these memories. It's him, Brandon. I'm sorry. So am I. Come. Let's have done with it. I like how they're all wearing slightly lower level gear than their artifact equivalents. got nice weapons, though. Well, he's clearly a villain with that moustache, isn't he? Oh, are we going to have to fight as them for this? That would be cool. If we had a role-playing section. It was you, Tadric. Do not deny it. Tormenting our people. Twisting and transforming them into monsters. And for what? Brandon, Brandon, Brandon. And after I took such pains to be rid of you. You may strip me of my titles, but not my oath. I shall serve Lady Soldia till my dying breath. As you like. Once I have killed you and your friends, there will be no one left to stop me from claiming the throne. Hear me, my children. The hour of reckoning is at hand. Rejoice. With noble sacrifice shall you find everlasting glory. And he's going to kill his own followers. Of course he is. Oh, Tadric. It hurts. Soon you shall know no more pain. Womp, womp, womp. Ah, yeah, are we going to have to tank this? Is this going to be our... I was going to make it quick, for old time's sake. But now I think I ought to take my time. Ba, 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 ba. Am I going to have to do this as a paladin, though? Role-playing. Right, we've got Swashbuckler combo, Great Eclipse combo, Fight or Flights, Chivalrous Spirits, and Interjects. Can I move these around? I cannot. They are stuck. Right. Oddbit, you get that side, I'll get this side. Rage of Halone. The direct approach isn't working. So Render Ray is the Makote. Sorry, the Mistle. Lamitz is the... healer. And Neilbert is the... Black Mage. Bring them here. Bring them all in close. Nicely done. Such an incredible display of strength. The stuff of legends. Oops. There's no escape, Tadric. Tadric, surrender. Well, I still have so many lives at my disposal, I think not. Oh! I have interrupted his spell. We must stand together, he says, running off. Spread out. I assume we pull these together. Such obedient children. Right. Ba 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 ba. Oh snap! We can't keep this up forever. No, that is very true. This is quite the battle, actually. Ow. I hope the NPCs don't have MP limitations. Let's hit them with 2 limit breaks. Dude, what is your cast time? Nice. Time to thin the herd, starting with the dwarf, perhaps. Don't you touch it, you bastard. Nice. Ouch! I'm tired of these theatrics. Let us end this farce here and now. This castle will be your tomb. Can't let him finish. Sanctified Quake. And I can't interrupt it either. No. Don't ask for mercy, Tadric. You won't get it. Well, his team's gone. For our plus 25% damage. Don't mind if I do. Venderay, Lammet, and Neilbert. So it was after this that they go on to become the heroes that everybody looks up to. And that is what starts the light gaining such power. They are too successful. Meddlesome vetch. This kingdom is mine by rights. Is by rights mine. Brandon, what is the meaning of this? Tadric, you. But why? After serving us faithfully so many years. I am no servant. No servant? Not of your mother or father or you. No balls. My lady. God damn you. A death curse. Is she going to... Lady Soldier, speak to me. Brandon. My dear, brave Brandon. Am I your princess still? Would you honour your vows even now? Now and ever after, my lady. My sword is yours to command. She's going to ask us to kill her, isn't she? Uh-oh. That is well. Would that I had the strength to wield it myself. Steel your heart, brave Brandon, and for the good of Verbet and her people. No, no, I cannot. I will not. Honor your vows. To your kingdom, to your princess. Oof. That's a cool new enemy design. To your friend who never doubted you, who knew that you would return and see justice. So justice is you know, justice and retribution is what Dakayasune means. No. It should be me. Brandon. My sword now and ever after. Well, shit. Another story of tragedy in this world. Who's Kilver? I'm assuming we're going to find out more about Kilver in one of the other role quest storylines. We've rounded up the rest of Tadric's co-conspirators and tossed them in the jail. The ones who haven't been corrupted by his magics, that is. So this cutscene is always going to be the same, I think. Or maybe it will take a different shifting point of view. Oh, and that's where they get their first crystal of light. Well, that's how he gets his. I'll not hesitate again. No matter the cost. No matter the sacrifice. Love turned to tragedy. Not over, though, because we still haven't dealt with him. Well, you saw what happened? Nod. Oh. Yes, we did. wicked white. She begged him to do it, like Melinda. Come, let us quit this place and return to Platini. Ba-ba. Well, that was fun. And sad. Which is basically the theme of this expansion. Very fun, very sad. Are we going to be able to do the next quest, or is it going to be at level 70? At level 70, level 80. Because if it is at 80, we're not quite there yet. Which would be a rather irritating choice, actually, since the quest that took us there was 79. Or maybe this is where the plot lines sync up. Do you know why I entered into the royal family's service many long years ago? Because when I was attacked by a wild beast which nearly tore me to shreds, it was Lady Soldia who came to my rescue. She saved me. That is a debt that can never be repaid, for there is naught in this world which holds greater value than life itself. I think I mentioned well before that the theme of this expansion was life and loss. Not even her death absolves me of it, and so I must always first consider her wishes, her desires, what she would want for me and her kingdom, for Brandon, and yes, even for you, grandson. For me? To define oneself in opposition to the other, an other bereft of complexity of nuance, wholly devoid of redeeming qualities, a villain. Indeed, there is comfort and certainty in hatred. But it is a false and fleeting comfort. Bought with lies, we tell ourselves about who we are, what we must be, what we must do. And never you mind the cost. If anything, all we offer up in sacrifice, the better. Do you not see? Brandon was right to hesitate, to doubt. The unwavering blade cares not whom it serves nor who it cuts. I think I need a moment. Perhaps you do as well. Leave us for now, Demajen. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, so it's going to require 80 for the last bit, isn't it? Yeah. And we're going to get some level 7 materia for it. So, we've got a couple more million EXP to get before we can finish off the role quests. I can't say I'm hugely surprised by that, but I would rather have a couple more million to get than have XP wasted in the process. Nevertheless, really enjoyed that battle, and it will be very interesting to see when I eventually get round to it, and that's going to take a while, what the other points of view are going to be like in that battle. Hello, Sky Whale. Thank you all very much for joining me in this rather insightful and interesting look into Demajen. And I'm actually quite looking forward to finding out what the other cardinal virtues are going to be called, especially now that we've seen their actual names. I like the layers. I like how all of this stuff is building up, which is something an MMO can do a lot better than many types of video game, because you are all over the place. Thank you all for watching, folks. Hope you have enjoyed. I'll catch you all in the next one. Cheerio.
Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button and subscribe. Remember to ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, toodle pip.